Rape is an evil act. I used the wrong words in the wrong way, and for that I apologize. As the father of 2 daughters, I want tough justice for predators. I have a compassionate heart for the victims of sexual assault, and I pray for them. The fact is, rape can lead to pregnancy. The truth is, rape has many victims. The mistake I made was in the words I said, not in the heart I hold. I ask for your forgiveness.
Will Todd Akin finally get out of the Missouri Senate race? And why is one of Facebook's early biggest supporters now unfriending the social networking company? Welcome to Opinion Journal Live. I'm Jason Riley, and my first guest is Best of the Web columnist James Taranto to talk about the Missouri Senate race. Welcome, James.
Thanks. Good to be here.
So you heard the apology from Representative Akin of Missouri. He was, of course, apologizing for his remarks, suggesting that rape can't lead to pregnancy, yet he's refused to drop out of this race. Can he recover from this, James?
Well, nothing is impossible, but I wouldn't bet on it. The problem for Congressman Akin is not only does he have the burden of having made this tremendously ignorant and impolitic remark that, you know, in itself risks alienating a lot of voters, but he's also been effectively abandoned by his own party. Governor Romney today said that Akin should get out of the race. Senator Cornyn, who heads the Republican Senatorial Campaign Committee, has said we're not going to fund his campaign any more than a bare minimum that we're required to by our bylaws. So it's kind of hard to see what his path to victory is. The only thing one can imagine is that maybe there will be some sort of backlash against, you know, the people from out of state trying to tell us who our senator should be. But I don't know, Missouri is a Republican-leaning state, but it's a swing state, and I suspect that he's going to have trouble attracting, you know, more moderate voters, independents and so forth.
Now, the Senate has been considered in play this election. Republicans are trying to take it back, but part of that definitely included picking up this Missouri seat from Claire McCaskill, who's considered a very vulnerable Democrat. Can Republicans still retake the Senate without this seat, James?
Yes, but it'll be much harder. I mean, you know, the best case scenario for Republicans is they pick up something like 8 seats and go to 55. That's unlikely to happen. A more likely case is they pick up 3 or 4. They need 3 to have 50, which would give them an effective majority if Romney is elected. They need 4 to have a 51-seat majority, regardless of the presidential outcome. One can easily see ways in which they could do that, but obviously you don't want to have a seat like this where, which was regarded as leaning Republican until yesterday, go out of play.
If Akin does drop out, what does the GOP bench look like in Missouri? Is there someone or some people who can jump in, hit the ground running, and possibly make a go at this?
Sure. The way this works is if he drops out, the Republican Party picks his selection. There's not another primary or anything. He beat 2 candidates in the primary. One was a businessman, one was the former state treasurer. One possibility that's been floated is the candidate who won the primary for the House seat that he now holds could take his Senate nomination, and then he could run for the House again. That's a Republican seat, so he could probably win there. There's also other suggestions include John Ashcroft, the former Attorney General, who was a senator from Missouri beforehand, lost his re-election bid in 2000 to a dead man, but Missouri has become a bit more Republican since then.
Quickly, a poll shows that was just put out shows that while most voters in the state think that Akin should get out, a majority of Republicans in Missouri think he should tough it out. What's your reaction to that?
Well, the Missouri Republican Party is very socially conservative, and so when somebody says something controversial and extreme about abortion, I think there's a tendency for them to be defensive and feel he's being picked on. Interestingly, there was another poll from Public Policy Polling, a Democratic firm, after this took place that found Akin up by 1, which was the same margin as their previous poll. Now, this has been criticized, ironically enough, by conservative bloggers because this Democratic firm oversampled Republicans.
Look, very quickly, we've got less than a minute. Democrats from Obama on down are using this episode to smear all pro-lifers, especially Paul Ryan, the VP candidate, who said that there should be no exception for rape or incest. Are Republicans vulnerable on this issue, James?
Well, I suppose if they have this guy around saying crazy and politic things, yeah, there's some vulnerability. You know, abortion, the left loves to talk about abortion, but we've had pro-life candidates win the presidency before, and I don't think that that public opinion is quite as much in their direction as they think. But when people start saying things that seem really extreme and outlandish, that hurts people on either side.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thanks for joining us, James.
Thanks.